Good evening. Welcome to the Turn 3 Racing Network for the Elkhorn Automotive and Tire Center Shut Up and Race Street Stock Series. This week, they're coming at us from Langley Speedway for the Virginia is for Lovers 100, sponsored by the 01 machine Joshua Taylor. Last week, we watched these guys take on Darlington, one of the biggest tracks they're going to hit. 1.3 miles was the distance there. This week, these guys are at Langley, and it is only a third of a mile this track. So a big change, going from a lot of drafting, a lot of working together, and really seeing what the top end of these cars have, down to this short track action where we expect to see guys run pretty well nose to tail all the way around the track. Looking at almost 30 drivers here tonight. Be interesting to see how that fits on this little third mile. Let's take a quick look at what we got for the track conditions right now. So the track itself, like we said, 4 turns, just over a third of a mile, 0.36 miles. Currently, the track temperature sits at 75 degrees, so not too hot. Nothing these guys are going to have to worry about too much as far as the heat goes. But definitely be interesting to see the different lines these guys are running. Some guys liking that bottom, some guys liking to run up towards the top a little more. For the most part though, that bottom line is going to be where the cars are going to be the fastest, provided the tires are going to let them stay down there. We're looking out here on track right now. This is the 100 with Michael Steffen. See the lines he's running, getting right down there. Cone coming out and tagging him off the windshield. So like I said, we'll be watching these guys through the night to see the different lines everyone's running. We're just over a minute, almost a minute and a half from qualifying getting started. So in just a second, we'll go to the national anthem before we get rolling.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof
Taking a look here at the 73 machine of Vern Woodard. Currently, he's sitting in fourth, his second time lap by. Let's see if he can do any better. Going to be a slightly faster time, but with other people getting times in, it looks like he's going to slowly drop down the charts a little bit. Bobby Hamilton Jr. looked like he is done with his qualifying time, currently sitting in ninth. Joshua Penuel sitting in sixth with his times. Looks like the 16 of DJ Wetmeitler currently sitting in 14th. This little track, these guys are getting those times in very, very quick here tonight. Looking like our top qualifier is sitting on a 16.747. That was his second lap. He was able to put that in and get a great time out of that machine. Jacob Nottestead there, one of our winner from last week, a driver we expect to see towards the front of the pack. Looking like he is sitting on a 16.749. That's giving him second place currently. So some fast guys out here tonight. Got Dustin Shepard. We watched him and Justin battle last week. So we'll expect to see more fireworks from those two as they work through the night. All right, let's see if we can get a word in with the driver of the 01 machine, Joshua Taylor. See if we can find him down there and get a quick talk with him. Looks like we've caught up with the 01 machine driver, Joshua Taylor. Joshua, you got a copy? Good. Looking like the track's treating you pretty well out there tonight. Looks like you're qualifying third currently. How's it feeling for you? Well, you know, this is a big change from what we saw last week. Last week we saw you guys run that big Darlington raceway. Here we're looking at a third mile compared to the mile and a third that you were at last week. How's that changing your outlook on the race here?
We got more room here than we did at Darlington, so I'm looking forward to this race compared to Darlington. Darlington, I wasn't really looking forward to it at all.
That's right. Last week you got caught up in something a little bit early, so hoping to see you out there a lot longer here tonight. You know, the track selection this season kind of bounces all over the place. Some of those bigger tracks, some of these smaller tracks. Is there one of the two that one of the tracks that you're really looking forward to this season?
One of the tracks I'm looking forward to is Rockingham. I have a good reputation at Rockingham. It's one of my favorite tracks of all time.
What about that track makes it so good for you, or something you really enjoy hitting?
It's bumpy, and it's also fast. That's what I like about it. You can pretty much go wide open, but still let out the throttle and feel the bumps, and it just makes it more interesting.
So someplace you get to go quick, but still got to put in a little bit of work. It doesn't hand it all to you.
Oh yes, for sure.
So we see out here you stepped up and sponsored tonight's race. What kind of led to that happening for you?
I just love this league a lot, and I like to stick around, so I'm gonna try my best to keep it going. I mean, they're a very good group of guys who help each other out, and when it comes to the track, we all race hard and clean. So that's what I like about it. I like to keep it going.
Oh, that's awesome to hear. That's way awesome to hear. You know, the track here tonight, you were saying earlier, it's a little bit more open than Darlington. Are you favoring that top line, the bottom line? Where's feeling really good for you here tonight?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that? I didn't hear you that well.
Yeah, the track here tonight, you were saying it's a little bit more open than Darlington was. Darlington was pretty narrow as far as a good line to run. Here tonight, are you favoring that bottom, the middle, or the top, or does it just kind of gonna matter where you can make work?
This track's gonna be very hard to pass. You have to be patient. We're going to be, I bet everybody be on the bottom more than likely. So just be patient. Hope the guy at the front can't hold that yellow line and slides up a little bit, and you drive underneath him. We'll probably see some bump and runs tonight also.
Expecting to see a little bit of contact. You know, these short tracks, that's something you're used to. What about lap traffic? Is that anything you're gonna be worried about here tonight?
Yes, being a short track, live traffic, it's going to pay in it's going to play in effect. But more than likely the live traffic will get out of the way, hopefully, so that won't be that bad.
Well, hopefully that respect goes around the track. We saw it last week. Plenty of guys managing to get out of the way and let the leaders go past. Before we send you back down, anyone else you want to say thank you to, or any shout outs you want to give real quick?
I want to say a shout out to my uncle Harvey Johnson. He's let me run this paint scheme. He runs many late models here in Tennessee, and he's let me use this paint scheme. So I appreciate that.
Well, good luck out there on track tonight. That third position going to be a great spot to start. Going to give you that inside position you were talking about liking. So good luck out there tonight.
All right, thanks so much. Hope everybody enjoys the race.
That was the 01 machine of Joshua Taylor, able to get a quick word in with him before, just after qualifying, before everyone starts to grid up. Looking like now we should start to see guys come on out. So let's take a run through the field here in just a second. Let everybody finish gridding up. Like we said, this is a nice small track for these guys to be running, but as small as it is, they are going to be right on top of each other. All right, let's take a look at this grid. Starting on the first row is going to be Dustin Shepard in the 169 machine, with Jacob Nottestead in second, starting to his outside. Just behind them is going to be Joshua Taylor, who we just talked to, and Jerry Stone. Row 3, Gary Asheen and Jacob Heathcote. Row 4, JP Penwell and Harry Merchizon. We're going to go with that for tonight. Hopefully we can get that straightened out later as far as how that goes. Philip Martin and Cody Hubbard making up the 5th row, with Vernon Woodard and Devin Rogers in row 6. Row 7 can be the 27, Brad Taz Becker, with Thomas Frisch in that 14th position. Row 8, Bobby Hamilton Jr. with DJ Weltmeyer. Josh Langos and Kyle Willis making up row 9. Michael Stefan, we saw him in qualifying, as well as Mike Todd in the 28 machine making up row 10. Next, we have Trevor Graffam and Tyler Hilton in row 11. Jesse Womack and Jeffrey Mathis in row 12. Daryl Calder and Patrick Smith in row 13. Row 14, we're looking at Justin Thuft and Jonathan Cross. Both great drivers. We see a pretty good racing out of them. If they can stay out of some early incidents, expect to see them make their way up through this field. Everybody gets rolling here. Row 15 is going to be Charlie Bragg and Ryan Taggart. Corey Herge making up the final row, sitting 31st on the field on that 16th row. Going to have that space all to himself back there. There's our front row, the 91 machine of Jerry Stone. To his inside, that 169 machine, Dustin Shepard. Rolling along the back stretch here, just waiting for that pace car to drop off. Give control over to the 169 of Dustin Shepard. Pace car is down and out of the way. Flag is out, and Dustin Shepard wastes no time getting to that loud pedal. 0-1, Joshua Taylor a little bit slower on that restart, hanging up that inside line just a little bit, giving Dustin Shepard plenty of room with to work out there. The 91 machine of Jerry Stone getting hung to the high side, not able to make any distance up and slowly dropping through the field. He's going to be looking to get to the inside as soon as possible. Look at that 60 machine, Justin Penwell, making his way past the 46 of Philip Martin, also looking to make his way. So early on, we're seeing that outside line. Definitely not the place to go. Guys scrambling to get to the inside, get to that inside line. Expect to see these guys lined up pretty quickly. Looks like the 01 Joshua Taylor stuck back to the outside. The 32 machine of Jacob Heathcote able to get to his inside, move him up. So we see the 60 of Justin Penwell get a little bit loose coming through that corner, giving the 46 Philip Martin an opportunity coming to the inside. Philip Martin coming on by. Philip Martin, we've seen him run a nice low line there, getting way down below that yellow line, using up every inch of this track. We saw in qualifying a couple of guys getting down there, trying to make something happen. That little bit of a bump might upset the car, so something he's going to have to be worried about if he continues to run that line. Good battle here between the 54 of Thomas Frisch and Justin Penwell. Frisch able to take that position, moves himself up into 7th. Justin going to drop in line there behind him. Looking back through the field just a little bit. We're looking at the 43 here of Kyle Willis. Looks like we got a caution out on track. See if we can track down who's around. Like it might have been that 47 machine that got spun around. Let's jump back just a little bit. Looking like we're having a hard time finding it here. iRacing not playing nicely with us. Not making it super easy for us to figure out where that was happening here on track today. So currently we're on lap 9 out of 100. Those laps ticking away real quick here tonight. With lap times in the 17-second mark. Expect this to be some quick racing. Guys will be scrambling to get to the front of this field we got here tonight. They're going to know the time's going to be ticking away. We're going to know. I expect to see plenty of contact on this little track. Like we say, not a whole lot of time for these guys to work their way around each other with as quick as these laps are going to tick away here tonight. So a little bit of change up here at the front. We're looking at Dustin Shepard in first still. Sitting in second is going to be Gary Asheen. Jacob Heathcote in third. Joshua Taylor sitting fourth with Philip Martin in fifth. Bobby Hamilton Jr. currently sitting in sixth. Thomas Frisch in seventh. Justin Penwell in eighth. Jerry Stone in ninth. And DJ Weltmeyer making up your top 10. We are doubling up. Pace cars down and away. Dustin Shepard back in control of the field and back to that loud pedal as soon as he can. Another great start from him. Once again, we're seeing that outside line dropping back quickly. Joshua Taylor looking for a good spot to get in there, not quite able to do it. The 4 machine of Gary Asheen able to find a slot there. Going to be able to maintain that second position, not lose any ground really. Just going to drop right back into that same position he was in. 25 Bobby Hamilton Jr. sit on the rear bumper of the 54 machine. To his outside, Joshua Taylor. Joshua started up towards the front, and now once again we're seeing that outside line, not the place to be. He's going to get hung out there for a few cars till he can find a gap. Devin Rogers back here in the 7 machine. Looks like a Hoonigan-inspired 7 out here on track. currently riding in 11th, just outside the top 10. Just behind him, Kyle Willis in the 43 machine. Both of those drivers getting down on that yellow line, trying to get that car to turn here for them. Just behind them, it looks like the 82 of Tyler Hilton and the 20 of Cody Hubbard going at it. Good battle behind them as well with the 97 of Jacob Nottestead. Jacob would have started at the back of the field here tonight. Having won last week, he will have received an EOL, so he's going to be working his way up through the field. Looking like he currently sits in 15th. Go ahead and move Jacob Nottestead up in the 15th position, working on 14th. So quickly making his way through this 30-car field. '27, Brad Taz Becker, working to that inside of Jeffrey Mathis. Expect to see him able to clear that car here shortly. That inside line definitely dominant. The 174, Trevor Graffam, looking to his inside and following on through. Back out front, we got a change in the lead. Gary Asheen sitting in first. Jacob Heathcote sitting second, with Philip Martin sitting third. So some big changes up here towards the front. Looking like that 169 machine of Dustin Shepard running into some sort of problem early on, dropping himself back into 9th, just inside the top 10. He had a fast machine early on, so hopefully he's able to make his way back towards the front, keep that machine rolling. I'm not seeing any real damage on there, so most likely just getting a little loose somewhere, and the guy's kind of training on by him. War Machine Gary Asheen still leading this. Got himself a comfortable lead. Sitting just under half a second ahead of the car behind him. Looking back to the field. Looking at the 7 of Devin Rogers again. These guys starting to get lined out as we see the 97, Jacob Nottestead, looking to the inside, trying to make something happen. That's the 16 machine of DJ Weltmeiler, fighting to keep that position. A little bit of extra throttle got that car sideways, and now going to hand that position over to Jacob Nottestead. Up in front there just a little bit, we were just talking about Dustin Shepard. He's already working on that 8th position, working on the 60 of Justin Penuel. See him get to that inside. Expect to see him come by. We've seen, like we say, we've seen that inside be real effective. That outside line not working for anybody. No one able to hang on to a position or really stay in a battle too long from that outside line. .60 of Justin Penuel still fighting, still trying to hang on there, trying to find a way to get down into line. We're just behind him. Everybody is stacked up, so he's running a nice tight race there with the 46 or 43 of Kyle Willis, but not looking like he's going to win that battle as Kyle comes on through this time by. Now we see caution out on the track again. Looks like that's the 100 machine. Michael Steffen. See if we can jump back and see what happened there for him. Like he's just a little off pace, not able to clear the 28 machine, Mike Todd, and finds himself around on the inside wall there, come just past the start and finish line. Already we're up to lap 30. Seen some great action here from the guys here, Shut Up and Race Street Stock Series. Lots of great racing, guys working that inside line. Guys on the outside, we're seeing them try and fight back a little bit, but it looks like pushing it too far gets that car stepping out a lot more than they're wanting. Seen the 16 machine come down pit road. Looks like the 7 also came down. So this guy's this season able to take tires, changes things up just a little bit, a little more to think about for the drivers. Looks like we're going around at least one more time as the lights stay on that pace car out there tonight. Gary Yashin currently holding on to 17 laps led, started in 5th, so that inside line, once again, we're seeing that come into place. He was able to make his way up to the front. Currently sitting in 1st, going to restart us here. Looking like they are getting the 1 to go. Everybody's starting to double up. So Gary Yashin going to take us back to green with Jacob Heathcote to his outside, Philip Martin and Thomas Frisch behind them, with Bobby Hamilton Jr. and Jerry Stone just behind those guys on the 3rd row. Gary Yashin back on that loud pedal. Quick jump out. We've seen these leaders each time get a nice clean start, giving themselves the great opportunity to get ahead. The guy behind him going to end up fighting for that position. Looks like the 46 of Philip Martin taking advantage, moves up into that 2nd position, dropping Jacob Heathcote back into 3rd. Got to move quite a ways back here through the field to see some battle. Oh, quick caution to come back out. See if we can jump back a little bit and see what happened there. So he's just in front of these guys. This can be that one machine with the 169, Dustin Shepard. Looking like those two got together earlier and then going to come together again later on. There we see it. The 169 machine gets into the back of the 43 just a little bit. And at this track, just a little tap is all it takes to get these cars around. We're going to step away for just a moment, and we'll be back with more action from the Shut Up and Race Street Stock Series presented by Elkhorn Automotive and Tire Center.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back to the Shut Up and Race Street Stock Series presented by Elkhorn Automotive and Tire Center. Here with the Virginia is for Lovers 100 from Langley Speedway. We are currently winding through lap 39 of 100. Top 10, let's run through them real quick. We got Gary Yashin, Philip Martin, Jacob Heathcote, Bobby Hamilton Jr., Thomas Frisch, Jerry Stone, Brad Taz Becker, Joshua Taylor, Vernon Woodard, and Trevor Griffin. So looking like our front guys opting to stay out still. We're still pretty early in the race. Guys won't be looking for fuel or anything like that yet. Looking like our top 12 yet to pit, all sitting on 40 laps worth of fuel used and tires burnt. Watch them start to double up. Everybody has a pretty good idea we'll be going back to green next time around. Yeah, there we go. The pace car turns its lights out, letting us know next time by. That 43 machine jumping out there, trying to try and make his way back to the tail end of the field as quick as possible. So now Philip Martin in that 46 machine started to the inside last time, able to get up into that second position. Now Jacob Heathcote, who he passed to get there, starts to the inside. See if the same thing happens in flip-flop here. Looking like Philip Martin is going to be able to get down quickly, going to maintain that second position. Jacob Heathcote going to fall into third. Gary Sheen maintains that first place spot, just like we've seen throughout the night. Looking like we're back under caution here tonight. This guy's having a little bit of a rough time with this short track racing we got going here. Let's see if we can get a word in with one of our drivers real quick before we get back to racing here. Able to catch up with the number 10 machine, Jonathan Cross. Jonathan, you got a copy?
Yeah, I do.
Jonathan, you're currently sitting 13th. How's the track feeling for you out there tonight?
I didn't get a lot of practice. Feels tight off.
Something you're able to work with, or just something you're going to kind of have to deal with here tonight?
Better. I changed brake sides. It helped a lot. So as long as you could restart on this inside line, you're real good. Outside, you get 8 up and you get in there.
As we've seen quite a few guys dropping back through the field. That outside line, do you think that's ever going to be something you're going to see guys jumping out to, or is it going to be inside line all day long here tonight?
Yeah, it's going to be inside all night. 100 laps in and out here to put down the rubber on the outside, so it's going to be an inside race.
Well, you know, good luck out there. We can see the car's got a little bit of damage on it. Looks like you might have got caught up in a little something early on. Is that affecting you at all, or are you not really feeling that?
That might be why I tightened up. It's kind of like real good at the beginning, and that might be why I tightened up also. I didn't have it when I pitted for my tires, so I think I just caught it on the practice fast caution. I caught the front end of the car spun, so that might be spun. So I don't know if I've had to use my laps on it again or not.
Gotcha. Well, that's just a touch of bad luck, but plenty of time out here. We're only about halfway through the race, so you'll be able to work through the field a little bit. Well, anyone you need to say thank you to before we get going again?
It's not Spectre.
Look like you're having a rough time. Well, we'll let you get back into the cars. It looks like the lights are out on that pace car, and we'll get you back to racing.
Thanks, have a good one.
All right, the lights are out on the pace car, so we are going to be going back to green pretty quickly here. The 4 machine wasting no time. As soon as that pace car is in, he is on the loud pedal. The 46 machine, Philip Martin, able to follow him. 32 of Jacob Heathcote, working that inside line. Just to his outside, the 54, Thomas Frisch. Thomas getting left in that high line. We were just talking about not the place to be. Bobby Hamilton Jr. now coming by. So these guys, as soon as they see someone out to that outside line, definitely like sharks in the water. Everyone diving to the inside, getting as tight as they can to the bumper of the guy in front of them, making sure that they can get some work done. Back of the field here, the 82, Tyler Hilton, goes around onto the infield. See if he's able to get that machine rolling again. There he goes. He's going to be coming out just in front of our leaders. So hopefully he's able to get that machine rolling quickly here. Back here through the field, we're looking at the 112 and the 60 of Justin Penwell. Justin working that outside line. Like we said, not the place to be, so he'll be looking to get down as soon as possible. The 112, not going to be a car for position. Charlie Bragg is 1 lap down, as we see him going 3 wide up there. These guys are all over the place. That 112 machine trying to make his way up towards the front, make sure he gets that lucky dog position, make sure he doesn't give that up to anyone else there behind him. That 14 machine of Jesse Womack, that is the next car a lap down. So as long as Charlie can stay in front of Jesse in the 14, he's going to be able to keep that lucky dog position. We're seeing Jonathan there have a few more issues. He's able to move high and let these guys go by though. So now that 114 machine, Jesse Womack trying to make something happen to ensure himself that he gets that lucky dog position should something happen here. Back up front, Gary Asheen catching that 82 machine. The 82 will be the last car on the lead lap, or one of the last cars on the lead lap. So he will be fighting for that position. Jonathan Cross there in the 10, not liking, or the 82 machine of Tyler Hilton, not liking what he's seeing behind him, I'm sure. We're seeing Gary Asheen moving up a little bit on exit there, opening the door for Philip Martin. Philip looking like he's not able to make anything happen with that yet, but I'm sure it's something he's taken note of. Moving back here, we're looking at the 73 of Vernon Woodard. Working that inside around Brad Tazbecker in the 27 machine. Vernon able to make that position. Brad drops down quickly to make sure the 91 of Jerry Stone doesn't follow him through. Caution out on track again. If we're able to see who's around on the track. Looking like that 60 machine of Justin Penwell might have got caught up in that last incident. Let's take a look at it now. Getting sideways to that turn, but he's able to hang on to it. Nothing serious happening there. Oh, looks like big contact with the outside wall before completing the ride there in corner 1. So once again, caution out on track. The 82 machine, Tyler Hilton, that's definitely something he's going to be excited to see. That caution is going to get him caught back up with the field instead of having the leaders chasing him here tonight. Charlie Bragg in the 112 machine. With that caution, able to get himself the lucky dog position, get himself back onto the lead lap. We've seen a few cars coming down pit road, taking some service. Back here at the Langley track for the Virginias for Lovers 100, the Shut Up and Race Street Stock Series presented by Elkhorn Automotive and Tire Center. Currently sitting in the top position, Gary Asheen. Sitting in second, Philip Martin. Just behind him, Jacob Heathcote, Thomas Frisch, Vern Woodard, Brad Tazbecker, Jerry Stone, Cody Hubbard, Patrick Smith, and Joshua Taylor making up our top 10. See the guys doubling up now. Look for them to go back to green flag racing next time by. Last time we watched the 4 machine, Gary Asheen jumping to start as soon as possible. As soon as that pace car rolled off the surface, he was on it. Be interesting to see what he does this time, if he changes it up a little bit or continues that trend. Looks like we got our answer. He's back on that loud pedal. Not quite as quick this time. Definitely hung back just a little bit. So changing things up on the guys behind him just to keep him guessing a little bit. Philip Martin, though, able to stay with him. Jacob Heathcote in the 32 machine, still on that inside. Thomas Frisch can be dropping through the field a little bit if he can't get down to that inside line. The 73 machine, Vernon Woodard, making his way up through. Looking back a ways, it's the 97. Looks like we got caution back out here on the track again. Looking like we might have had the 69 machine caught up in that one. Let's take a look back. A lot going on here on this tight little track. A little bit of contact can stack these guys up pretty quick and leave us in a world of hurt. It was good through that corner. We're hearing a little bit. There it is. Just coming through the corner. Guys not expecting each other to be checking up at the times that they are, or running slightly different lines, just coming together. We're going to go ahead and step away for just a moment. We'll be back with more action here. Back here tonight with the Shut Up and Race Street Stock Series here on Turn 3 Racing Network. These guys attacking Langley Raceway here. This little third mile giving us quite the show as these guys are pushing these machines to the limit. Stacking back up, going back to double wide, just as we watch the lights go out on that pace car. Looking at our top five, looks like it's going to be Gary Asheen, Philip Martin, Vernon Woodard, Jacob Heathcote, and Jerry Stone rounding out that top five. Once again, the four machine, Gary Asheen, quick to jump on that loud pedal, gets himself a good gap. See the 46 machine around quickly there. See if we're able to catch him. He's getting that machine turned back around, and we're going to be back under caution here tonight. These guys looking like they're having a little bit of a rough time dealing with this short track. A little bit of contact, guys checking up different places. Definitely something for these guys to be getting used to. All right, let's see if we can catch up with one of our drivers here tonight. 27 machine of Brad Tazbecker. Brad, you got a copy?
10-4, buddy.
Brad, looks like everybody's having a little bit of difficulty out there tonight. What are you seeing?
Man, it's crazy. We're all battling for the bottom, and I'm just happy we got a pretty good car here tonight coming from the back.
Let's see. Just coming from the back, you're making your way up. Where are you going to be restarting this time? Looks like you'll have that inside line, so definitely the preferred line. You excited to be hearing that?
Definitely making me feel better after the last couple of restarts, but thankfully Patrick, he gives just enough room to let me speak down. Don't think it's intentional, but it's been nice.
Well, you started 13th tonight, and you're currently sitting in 6th. Or 7th, sorry. We currently got you sitting in 7th. What's been the secret for you?
Patience, breathing, and praying.
Look like Brad having a little bit of issues with the internet there. Hopefully he's able to get that car going again, going out there on track. We'll let him get back down there, and hopefully he can get that squared away. All right, so Gary Yashin currently sitting on 58 laps led here tonight. So out of over half the laps we've run here tonight, he's led. Like we said, starting in 5th, making his way up to 1st. That car behind him, the 73 of Vern Woodard, started 11th, making his way up to 2nd. Going to be starting that outside line, definitely, like we've been talking to drivers all night long. That is not the place to be, so look for him to get to that inside as soon as possible. Stacking them back up 2 by 2. The lights are out on the pace car. This will be a little bit different to see here. We used to see that 46 machine on the outside. This time we'll be seeing Vern Woodard in the 73 restarting that outside line. War Machine hanging back quite a bit. As soon as that pace car is off, though, he is on the pedal. 73 not able to keep that timing up, so he's going to be to the outside, giving Jacob Heathcote an opportunity to come on by. The 54 of Thomas Frisch sees that as well, and he's more than happy to make use of it. So coming to that inside is the 54. Vern Woodard still getting hung to that high side. 20 machine of Hubbard there behind him. He'll be looking to make something happen as well. Hubbard to the inside on Vern Woodard. Vern running real high there, almost up into the wall. Not quite. The 97 machine. Jacob Nottestead using up every bit of track there. He's here tonight, getting way down on the apron, almost on the grass last time. Caution once again out on track. A little bit of contact there between the 46 and the 96. Gonna bring themselves around. Looks like no real hard contact into the wall or anything like that, so they should be able to get those machines rolling again without any real issue. There we go again, lights out on the pace car. Guys getting stacked up. Gary Yashin still in first. Jacob Heathcote up into second. Thomas Frisch in third. Cody Hubbard fourth. Jacob Nottestead up to fifth. And Vern Woodard in sixth. So Jacob Nottestead making his way through the field here tonight. We saw him earlier getting all the way down on that apron. It's the Ford machine of Gary Yashin once again quick on the loud pedal. Jacob wasting no time, almost about 3 wide coming through that last corner. As we see cars around back towards the back of this field. Cars upside down. It's going to be the 169 machine, Dustin Shepard, upside down this time. These restarts getting real stretchers for these guys. Everyone's fighting for position. See the 119, 25 coming together. 169 of Dustin Shepard, nowhere to go as the 25 machine comes up the track. So he'll take a Toby back in pit lane as these guys continue to pace around here. We're going to step away for just a moment. After that, we'll be back with more action. Welcome back to the Shut Up and Race Street Stock Series presented by Elkhorn Automotive and Tire Center. Tonight's race being sponsored by Joshua Taylor. The Virginia is for Lovers 100, coming to us from Langley Speedway. Right now the guys are working on lap 89 under caution. Looking like next time by we should get the one to go. Guys should start doubling up here. And we'll get back to racing shortly. Quick run through our top 10. Gary Yashin in first, Thomas Frisch in second, Jacob Heathcote in third, Vern Woodard fourth, Cody Hubbard sitting fifth, Jacob Nottestead in sixth, Jerry Stone seventh, Joshua Taylor eighth, Brad Tazbecker in ninth, and Josh Langley in 10th. So once again, a few little changes there up at the front. Each time we've had a restart, we've watched that outside car. Currently the 54, Thomas Frisch, will be fighting to stay in that position. We've seen him drop back quickly each time we've had a restart here. 97, Jacob Nottestead, quick to that inside line, really making that car hold on for all it's worth. See him back down there to the inside. Contact between him and the 32 of Jacob Heathcote. Sends the 73 around. Vern Woodard able to get that machine going back again, but he's going to be sitting 3 wide as we see cars all over the place behind him. Looking like we're back under caution once again. Jump back just a little bit. I think that's the 25 machine that might have got caught up in all this chaos. Looks like he just gets on the brakes a little bit too much and gets sent around there. Eight laps to go here tonight. Something to be aware of, these guys have an opportunity for some green-white checkers. They should have 3 chances at a green-white checkered here tonight. So with 7 laps to go, that is definitely something we can see on the horizon. As we see these guys doubling back up, Gary Yashin going to lead us back to green this time. Just behind him, we see the 97, Jacob Nottestead, wasting no time, staying right on that bumper. Jacob quickly up into that second position, back down around that inside. Once again, almost on the grass, using up every bit of track he's got here tonight. So Jacob has made his way up through the field. Starting in last, now finds himself with 3 laps to go. Currently sitting in second. Just in front of him is going to be Gary Yashin. He'll be working on that 4 Machines bumper for the remainder of this race. Definitely trying to grab that top position once more here tonight. Final lap. Gary Yashin in that 4 Machine. Gets a little bit sideways there. Jacob Nottestead able to make that pass come on by. The 54 of Thomas Frisch also looking to the inside, with Hubbard looking to the inside as well. Coming to the finish line. It's gonna be a tight one to see where these guys ended up. Take a quick look at timing and scoring, see where they ended up placing the cars. Gary Yashin gonna hang on to that 3rd position just barely from Cody Hubbard. Jacob Nottestead making his way to the front in 1st place. Thomas Frisch in 2nd. 3rd's Gary Yashin. Cody Hubbard in 4th. And Vern Woodard in 5th. Give us one moment. We'll get everybody gathered up and see if we can't get a word in with our drivers here tonight. All right, back here with the Shut Up and Race Street Stock Series. Able to catch up with that 4 Machine of Gary Yashin. Gary bringing it home in 3rd here tonight. Gary, you got a copy? Gary, we saw you leading the race here for the majority of it. Looked like a little bit of last lap pass there. Car looked like it got a little bit loose on you. Did something change on that last lap, or was it just kind of pushing for the end there?
No, I saw Jacob had a good run to get underneath me, so I pushed it down and it just started getting loose and the tire whipped on, and going in 3 and 4 was the same thing. So.
Gotcha. So were you able to take tires here tonight, or were you just running out there on the same tires you started with?
No, they were the same tires. When I knew Jacob took tires, I knew I was going to be screwed coming towards the end of the race.
So you're out there on 100-lap tires looking at Jacob coming up on you. You had put on a great show for us here tonight. Anyone you need to say thank you to or helps you get that car out here on track?
That'd be a negative.
All right. Well, congratulations to Gary bringing her home in third here tonight. Catching up with the 54 machine, Thomas Frisch. Thomas, you brought her home in second. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Thomas, a little same thing for you. Some last lap action there gets you up just a place there, it looks like. How was the track for you tonight?
Pretty tight. Longer in the run. Otherwise, it's pretty fun racing all night long.
You know, it was a little bit rough there towards the middle. Guys looked like they were kind of struggling a little bit. What was it that helped you keep your spot up there at the front and keep pushing forward?
Just get to the bottom. It was a fight for the bottom all night long.
As we saw quite a few guys. Once you got to that outside line, it looked like you kind of got steamrolled a little bit. Anyone you need to say thank you to or helps you get the car out on track here?
Just gotta say thanks to Old School's Graphics and Designs for the great looking car.
Well, congratulations. You brought that 54 machine home in second place here tonight. Catching up now with the 97, Jacob Nottestead. Jacob, you started here last tonight and made the last lap pass for the win. Jacob, congratulations.
Thank you. It was definitely a tough one. I thought there was no way I was going to be able to get up to the front there with all them cautions and starting like 30th. But we had some pit strategy that gave us some tires with about 40 to go and ended up having some good spots in the restarts and got up there to challenge for the win.
Yeah, looking like you're sitting on tires that are almost 60 laps fresher than, 40 laps fresher than the guys around you. Was that the plan coming in, or was that just kind of something that happened as you were going?
Yeah, I knew I wanted to take tires somewhere around halfway because this track is so abrasive on tires, but with such a big field, I don't think I really needed to take tires because all the yellows, I didn't think I was going to get back up there, so, well, it ended up working out.
Well, definitely, it seemed like it took you a little bit longer than we're used to seeing make your way towards the front. Was there any point that you were kind of worried you weren't going to get there, or just trust that things were going to work out for you tonight?
Yeah, when I was in 10th with like 20 to go, I thought it was pretty much over. I was just going to try to get a top 3 to get interviewed, but we got lucky there in the last restart.
Well, talk us through that last lap. A lot of action going on there. What was it looking like from your point of view?
Well, I was able to pass everybody coming through the field with fresh tires down on the apron in 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, but once I got up to like the top 5, it was getting harder to pass and wasn't quite working, so I just had to kind of follow him and wait for him to make a mistake, and luckily I got under Gary there, and he gave me room and we got her done.
Well, once again, congratulations bringing that car home in first place here tonight. Anyone you want to say thank you to or give a shout out?
Yeah, thanks to the league, the sponsor for tonight, Virginia's for Lovers, and my grandparents for the internet again.
Once again, congratulations. We look forward to seeing you guys out next week. Next week, looking like we're headed someplace a little bit bigger. We'll be headed out there to New Hampshire, so something to look forward to from all of us here at Turn 3 Racing Network and the Shut Up and Race Street Stock Series. Thanks for coming out. We look forward to seeing you next week.